No one expected that Lionel Messi would go on to become the greatest football player ever. Unlike many future footballing greats like Erling Haaland, he wasn't born into a family with an exceptional athletic pedigree. Born to Jorge Messi and Celia Cuccittini on June 24, 1987, Lionel Messi appeared to be an average child at birth, if a little on the small side. He came from an average family too. His father managed a steel factory, and his mother worked in a workshop that manufactured magnets. Many have noted that Lionel Messi's name sounds Italian. Messi does indeed have a combination of Spanish and Italian heritage. He is the great-grandson of Italian immigrants from the Adriatic Marsh region of north-central Italy on his father's side. His mother's ancestry is mostly Italian. Despite appearing to be an average child, the name Lionel Messi would become inextricably linked with footballing greatness in due time. The world of football will never be the same due to Messi's amazing accomplishments. Welcome to our series on how Lionel Messi became the greatest football player ever. In this episode, we'll cover his early years from 1987 to 2000. It's no surprise that Messi gravitated toward football from a very young age. Like many families in Argentina, his family loved football, and Messi played football on a regular basis with his older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, along with his cousins Emmanuel and Maximiliano Biancucci. Both Emmanuel and Maximiliano later became professional football players. Messi joined the academy of a local football club, Grandoli, at the age of 4. His father coached him there and was a significant influence on his early development as a football player. His maternal grandmother, Celia, also helped Messi develop as a player by taking him to matches in training. In such an environment and with natural talent, Messi started to show immense potential, even at an incredibly young age. Messi took the next step in his career at age 6 when he joined the Rosario club Newell's Old Boys. This was Messi's hometown club, and playing for them was a dream come true. Argentinian legend Diego Maradona had also played for Newell's Old Boys briefly in 1993. Messi displayed great skill even at this point, often getting the better of older youth players in one-on-one situations. Newell's Old Boys had produced quite a few great Argentinian players by the time Messi joined the club, so it was a natural move for him. He entertained the crowd during halftime by performing tricks with the ball, demonstrating his showmanship even as a child. Despite the fact that Messi wasn't even a teenager yet, he excelled with Newell's Old Boys. He scored 234 goals in 176 matches for the Rosario club, drawing attention across Argentina and in Europe. He spent 6 years playing for Newell's Old Boys, refining his skills in a nearly unbeatable team. They were known as the Machine of 87 due to their birth dates. Messi's footballing career faced a serious challenge at a young age. Doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency when he was only 10 years old. His father's health insurance would only pay for 2 years of growth hormone therapy. This therapy cost a minimum of $1,000 per month. Newell's Old Boys promised to help pay for Messi's treatment, but later went back on their promise. However, these early years weren't without even more hardship for the young Lionel Messi. His grandmother passed away shortly before he turned 11 years old. Messi, a devout Catholic, pays tribute to his grandmother by looking up and pointing to the sky in what has become his most frequently used and highly iconic goal celebration. The loss of his grandmother, coupled with his growth hormone deficiency diagnosis, were significant challenges for the young Messi to overcome. Despite these hardships, on the football pitch, Messi continued to excel. His dribbling, ball control, and football IQ were all far above that of his peers. Even at such a young age, it was clear that Messi was a prodigy. Adrian Coria, who managed Newell's Old Boys during Messi's time at the club, stated that Messi was born different. In Luca Caioli's 2012 book, Messi, the Inside Story of the Boy Who Became a Legend. Coria's words would prove to be incredibly accurate as Messi continued his football career. While the Messi family was looking for young Leo's next club, River Plate, one of Argentina's biggest clubs, showed interest. While growing up, Messi idolized fellow Argentinian player and River Plate star Pablo Aimar and Aimar's playmaking abilities. However, Messi and his family chose to look in another direction, towards Spain's Catalonia region where they had relatives. The growth hormone deficiency would have caused some players to give up on a football career at this point, but not Messi. Messi continued to work on his game amidst his uncertain future. His family were able to arrange a trial with FC Barcelona, one of the biggest football clubs in Spain, in September 2000. Charlie Rehach, FC Barcelona's first-team football director at the time, was instantly impressed by Messi and wanted to sign him right away. The club's board of directors were less convinced, however. Few European clubs took the risk of signing foreign players at such a young age back then. Messi's family went back and forth to FC Barcelona for several months as they remained unconvinced of the club's willingness to sign their son to a contract. Eventually, their patience ran out. The Messi family decided to give FC Barcelona an ultimatum to prove their commitment to signing him. They wanted clarity about their son's future and could not wait any longer for a final decision from Barca. This led Rehach to travel to Argentina in December 2000 to firmly commit to signing Messi and allowing him to join the club's academy, La Masia. On December 14, 2000, Rehach offered Messi's family a contract on a paper napkin since he had no other paper on him at the time. They happily accepted. Lionel Messi was now part of La Masia, FC Barcelona's well-known academy. The academy had recently produced players such as Pep Guardiola, Francisco Carrasco, and many others. Simply being accepted into La Masia at 13 years old was a sign that Lionel Messi was no ordinary young player. He clearly had a bright future. However, at only 13 years old, the prospect of moving to a new country and continuing his football career at one of the most famous academies in the world was both daunting and exciting for the young Messi. By the end of 2000, he was no longer a football-loving kid living in Rosario, Argentina. He was a promising 13-year-old academy player at La Masia, a famously competitive academy run by one of the biggest football clubs in the world. He had overcome personal tragedy and his medical condition to earn his chance at transforming both his life and that of his family. These struggles made Messi mentally resilient, one of the characteristics that would later help him ascend to greatness. That does it for the first episode of our series on how Messi became the greatest football player in history. Did you know the story behind his iconic goal celebration? Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you next time in episode 2 of this series.